A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Idiot app. My name is Devanshu Gupta, and you are watching the general awareness video where we'll be covering the important current affairs from 17th to 19th of August. I hope you all are doing well. I would like to request you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. And you can join our Telegram channel through which you'll be getting the free PDF for today's session. Guys, link for the Telegram channel is in the description box below. Now, guys, it's time to test the current affairs that we learned in the previous video. If you haven't watched the video or if you wish to revise the current affairs from 13th to 16th of August, based on which we'll be covering a small quiz. If you want to revise the current affairs, you can go back, watch the video, link for which is in the description box below. Now, guys, let's get started with the quiz. The first question is that Dash has recently retired from Indian cricket. He was the captain of Under 19 World Cup winning team of the year 2012. Okay. So, I hope most of you would be able to conclude that since he has retired from the Indian cricket, the World Cup winning team for the year 2012 must be India. So, now the options are Samad Patel, Unmukt Chand, Parthiv Patel, Vijay Zol, or none of the above. Now we have to look at the question that is recently retired person who has recently retired from the Indian cricket. He was the captain of the Under 19 World Cup winning team for the year 2012. Well, guys, the right answer for this is Unmukt Chand. So Unmukt Chand has recently retired from Indian cricket. Do mark the word Indian cricket because he has specifically retired from Indian cricket. That means he won't be pursuing his goal to play for India, while he'll still be playing for other nations, their domestic matches. And fact about Unmukt Chand, he was the captain of the Under 19 World Cup winning team 2012. So he was the captain of the Indian Under 19 team which won the World Cup in the year 2012. So guys, this is a fairly important question. A captain of the Under 19 World Cup winning team for 2012 has retired from Indian cricket. Next, guys, we have that recently Kaziranga National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has given satellite phones to its guards. How many World Heritage Sites are there in India? Okay. So, this is a question that is giving us a fact, that is giving us a current affair about Kaziranga National Park, and it is also telling us that it is a World Heritage Site, and it is giving us the information that its guards have been equipped with the satellite phones recently. Now we are asked that how many World Heritage Sites are there in India. So there comes up a static question out of a current affair. Now guys, the options are 35, 36, 38, 40 or 48. Now those of you who have brushed up their static GA would know that the right answer for this is 40, since 2 new World Heritage Sites have been recently added in the list from India. So currently the total tally of Indian World Heritage Sites is 40, out of which 32 are natural sites, 32 are cultural sites, 7 are natural sites, and 1 is a mixed property. So that takes our tally to 40. I would like to repeat that: 32 cultural sites, 7 natural sites, and 1 mixed property. So the right answer for this is 40. And just a quick fact that earlier the number was 38, but recently 2 new World Heritage Sites have been added. 2 new sites have been added in the world, have been given the tag of World Heritage Sites. So next, guys, we have that which among the following missions by ISRO has recently confirmed the presence of HO ions as well as H2O molecules on the surface of the moon. So guys, we are asked about a mission that is by ISRO that has confirmed, mark the word confirmed, the presence of HO as well as H2O. HO, that is hydroxyl ion, and H2 that is water molecule on the surface of the moon. Now guys, the options are Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2, Lunar Surface Water Mission, Moon Observation Satellite, or none of the above. Guys, the options here are quite interesting. The option C, that is Lunar Surface Water Mission, LSWM, ISRO, that is specifically interesting because that is giving us the word water and moon in it. But fun fact, this option is nullified because this mission does not even exist. Now moon observation satellite, again a very tempting option because we are talking about confirming presence of water molecules on the surface of moon, but well, even this mission does not exist. And Chandrayaan 1 and Chandrayaan 2, well, Chandrayaan 1 also sent us pictures of HO as well as H2O on the surface of moon, but we were unable to confirm the presence of both. So the Chandrayaan 2 orbiter has confirmed with a better quality, high quality pictures that HO ions as well as H2O molecules are indeed present on the surface of the moon. So guys, this is a big confirmation coming up from the ISRO. So do remember the news, do remember the MCQ, and I hope you will be able to remember that Chandrayaan 2 has recently confirmed the presence of HO ions as well as H2O on the surface of the moon. Next guys, we have that which among the following oil companies has recently started door-to-door fuel delivery initiative by the name of Fuel Cart. Okay, so the options are BPCL, OIL, IOCL, Reliance, or none of the above. So guys, we are asked about oil companies that have recently started door-to-door fuel delivery, the initiative by the name of Fuel Cart. So those of you who would remember that Fuel Cart was an initiative launched by one of the following companies, they'll be able to answer this fairly easily. But well, if the examiner were to make this question a little more tricky or more difficult, they could remove the word Fuel Cart from here and they could simply ask us which among the following companies has recently started door-to-door delivery of fuel. Now, the options could also be changed by that, and we could also have Swiggy somewhere around here and there. But well, sticking up to the current format, the right answer for this is guys BPCL, and BPCL has started Fuel Cart, that is Fuel on Call initiative, which will be giving its high speed diesel product to its customers via the Fuel Cart. Now it will be delivered door to door, and currently it is limited to its high speed diesel product only. It is the Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. That is the right answer. Now coming up to the other question that I was telling you over here. Well, recently Swiggy has partnered with Hero Electro to supply food via e-bicycles. Now guys, imagine someone who has just read that news and he misses the word oil delivery, fuel delivery, and if the options are a bit tricky or jumbled, the person could also fall for the option Swiggy. So do read the question very carefully and only then mark your answers. Next guys, we have that recently a bank has partnered with the Paralympic Committee India to provide financial assistance to Indian athletes during the 2020 Paralympic Games. What is the tagline of the bank? Alright guys, so this is a fairly difficult question. I would like to tell you that if by any chance this sort of question comes up in the exam, it will be considered a very high difficulty question, since the examiner is basically tackling two questions by the medium of one question. Now looking at the question, they are giving us a current affair that is related to an MOU that is signed between the Paralympic Committee India to provide financial assistance to the Indian athletes during the Paralympic Games 2020. Along with that, by diverging, basically by not asking what is the name of the bank, they are asking that what is the tagline of that bank. Now, for those of you who know which bank has partnered with the Paralympics Committee of India, even if they know the right answer to this question and they don't know the tagline of the bank, they won't be able to mark the answer. Now, for those of you who know the taglines of all the banks, but they don't know which bank has recently partnered with the Paralympic Committee India, even they won't be able to answer the right option. So, for this answer to mark the correct answer, you will have to know which bank has partnered with the Paralympic Committee India, and you will also have to know the tagline of that particular bank. Now going off with the first step or the first way of doing the question, that would be by knowing which bank has partnered with the Paralympic Committee India. Now you can either keep that answer aside, and then you can uh, you know take the right tagline that is related to the bank, or which the method will I'll be taking up would be I'll be writing down the name of the banks alongside the taglines, alongside these taglines. So relationship beyond banking, well, that is Bank of India. Bharti Ka Naam Zindagi, that is the Axis Bank. And I would like to tell you that these are some banks which have recently been in news. And India's international bank, well, that is Bank of Baroda. We have discussed Bank of Baroda many times. Pure banking, nothing else. SBI, well, this was in our previous video as well. And your banking that's twice as good, that is Indian Bank. Now, guys, even this could be one way of doing it, or the other way could be that marking the right answer, that is Indian Bank, and then writing down its tagline, and then you will come back to conclude the answer, your own banking that's twice as good. So, guys, this I think this is an easy way for you to revise your taglines of various banks as well. Relationship beyond banking, that is Bank of India. Bharti Ka Naam Zindagi, that is Axis Bank. Well, Axis Bank is in the option because of the recent MOU that it has done with the defense services. India's international bank, well, Bank of Baroda, we have discussed it with its tagline many times. So SBI was in the previous video as well, and Indian Bank, which is the right answer, has its tagline that your banking that's twice as good. Now, guys, please do not get overwhelmed with this question. This is a very high difficulty level question. If you got the answer correct, that's really, really very good and it's very impressive. But in case you were not able to get the answer correct in the first attempt, it's perfectly fine. Keep revising the taglines of the bank, and you can just keep covering the current affairs related to banks, and then revise their taglines alongside. Next, guys, we have that on 75th Independence Day, PM Modi has announced to mark Vibhajan Vibhishika Smriti Divas on which of the following dates? The options are 13th August, 14th August, 15th August, 16th August, or none of the above. Guys, again, this is a fairly interesting question. We are asked that Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji have announced Vibhajan Vibhishika Smriti Divas, or if you know that the other name of this particular day was the Partition Horror Remembrance Day, which was declared on the 75th Independence Day, has been marked on which date? Guys, the right answer for this is 14th August, and my way of remembering it would be that we got independence on 15th August. So obviously a day prior to getting independence, the partition took place. So 14th August will be the Partition Horror Remembrance Day, which will be marked after the announcement by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Now, guys, coming up to the previous video's homework, and we have our superstars Shubham Badbarvi and Yukti Gupta, who have given the right answer again. Thank you, both of you, for regularly participating in the comment section below. So the question was that when is the National Sports Day celebrated in India? And along with the answer, they have also given us a few facts which I'll be discussing with you. Now, the National Sports Day in India is celebrated on August 29, and it was included in the list of celebrated days in India for the first time in 2012. And it is celebrated to commemorate the birth anniversary of our hockey star, Mr. Dhyan Chand Singh. Now, guys, next question that I have for you, which you have to tell me, is that which bank has recently released the Composite Financial Inclusion Index? Mark this: Financial Inclusion Index, FI Index, has been recently released by which bank? This is a fairly easy question. I hope you will be able to answer this very easily. Comment down in the comment section below. I'll be marking your names. I'll be taking your names in the next video. Guys, this is a very easy homework question. I hope most of you will be able to do that quite easily. Now, guys, coming up to the current affairs from 17th to 19th of August. Starting off, we have news related to banking, and well, the RBI's data storage norms that have shaken up the whole credit card industry in India has left Visa as the only international card issuer in India which has followed the RBI's data storage norms. So, guys, recently we heard about MasterCard that was banned by RBI. It was banned so that it will not be able to expand its market in India. Along with that, before MasterCard, even American Express and Diners Club credit cards were banned in India from issuing new cards. Now, RBI has said that Visa is the only international card issuer that has followed its data storage norms. So currently, Visa will be the only provider which will be able to expand its business in India. MasterCard, which was its biggest competitor, has been currently stopped or banned by the RBI to issue new cards in India. But HDFC Bank, which was banned by RBI last year, has now been allowed to issue new credit cards. So, guys, these are two important major updates given by the RBI related to the banking. First of all, Visa is the only international card issuer that is following the data storage norms set by the RBI, and HDFC Bank, which was previously banned by RBI to issue new credit cards, will now be able to issue new credit cards based on a recent release by the Reserve Bank of India. Next, guys, we have amid the Afghanistan Taliban crisis, Indian government has launched a new e-emergency visa for Afghan refugees, and the Ministry of Home Affairs have specifically come up with this new initiative, a different, totally new sort of a visa that will be specific to the Afghanistan residents, and they'll be permitted to stay in India for a period of 6 months by holding the visa. They'll be going through a proper security check, and only Afghanistan refugees will be allowed to get this visa. Guys, the Ministry of Home Affairs that is led by Amit Shah, I would like to say that this is a really good initiative from India coming up for the Afghanistan. Next, guys, we have that Mumbai's first public electric vehicle charging station has been launched. Any guesses, guys, who this person is? I know, even though he's wearing mask, I hope you all are able to recognize Mr. Aditya Thackeray. And Mr. Aditya Thackeray, who is the Maharashtra Environment Minister, has inaugurated Mumbai's first public electric vehicle charging station. Guys, anything that happens for the first time is important for the exam point of view. So Mumbai's first public electric vehicle charging station has been launched by Maharashtra Environment Minister Mr. Aditya Thackeray. Next, guys, we have that a special permission for drones usage has been given by the Ministry of Civil Aviation and Director General of Civil Aviation. Ministry of Civil Aviation, that is led by Mr. Jyotir Aditya Scindia, and the DGCA, that is Director General of Civil Aviation, have granted special permission to 10 organizations to use drones. Now, they could be using drones for various purposes. They have defined the usage of the drones which they'll be doing, and these 10 organizations are from various different sectors, including the Karnataka government that has been permitted by the MOCA and the DGCA to use drones. Next, guys, we have that HAL, that is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, has signed a deal with the General Electric Aviation for new engines of a Tejas aircraft, which will cost Hindustan Aeronautics 5,375 crore rupees. Now, guys, recently India had ordered 83 Tejas aircrafts from Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and under that order only, the HAL, that is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, has ordered 99 new engines for the Tejas aircraft, which will be worth 5,375 crores. So that's a good update. Next, guys, we have that AIIMS gets its first in-house fire station. AIIMS, that is All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Delhi, has become nation's first hospital to get a fire station on its campus. So, guys, another major update. It is nation's first hospital to get a fire station on its campus. So basically, it will be having a full-fledged fire station on its campus, and the hospital name is All India Institute of Medical Sciences, that is AIIMS, Delhi. Guys, do remember this. This is a fairly important news. We keep getting up in the news that one or the other hospital caught fire every 6 months or so, and AIIMS has become the first hospital in the nation to get a fire station on its campus. Next, guys, we have that a bilateral exercise has been conducted between India and Vietnam. The navies of the India and Vietnam undertook a bilateral sea phase exercise in the South China Sea. So that's the update we have for now. Next, guys, we have that Muhyiddin Yassin, that is the Prime Minister of Malaysia, has stepped down amid the criticism that he was getting for his COVID policies. Now, guys, this is a very important news from our exam point of view. A prime minister of a country has stepped down amid the criticism for handling the COVID crisis in its country. Now, the country is Malaysia, and the prime minister name is Muhyiddin Yassin. Guys, do remember these names. Malaysian Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin has stepped down amid COVID criticism. Next, guys, we have Principal Singh has become first Indian to be a part of the NBA championship roster. Now, guys, he'll be playing into the NBA championship. He has been declared a part of the NBA championship roster. So he is the first Indian to get into the NBA championship roster. And guys, NBA, which is a basketball, a basketball competition, he has become the first Indian to become a part of the NBA championship roster. Guys, a very important name now, Principal Singh, for a very important news for a very important basketball competition. Next, guys, we have Admiral Shahram Irani has been appointed as the Navy Chief in Iran, replacing Admiral Hussein Khanzadi. So, guys, an appointment news. Admiral Shahram Irani has been appointed as the Navy Chief in Iran. So, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for joining in. You can visit our website www.edutab.co.in, or you can write us a mail at hello@edutab.co.in. You can even drop down your queries in the comment section below. I'll try to reply them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching the video, guys. My name is Devanshu Gupta, signing off.